I'm into a job I've been, I wouldn't say dreading, but apprehensive about. I'm setting up the wiper, so I did the wiring for it. I wired it into a 2-speed switch, or a 2 double throw switch, so I've got low and high. That was the easy part, and now I'm figuring out, so yeah, there's this slot here and this slot here, and depending on, it's called a transmission arm, and this wheel, and how you rig it all up parks it either to that side where I want it or over to this side, which was the factory default. And then depending on, there's all these various holes around here, and depending on which hole you use gives the amount of swing. And so I started out on the conservative side. I just set it, I believe it was at 60 degrees, because I didn't want to go slamming the wiper into the door frame out here or anything. So I thought I'll start small, and it only makes it over to about here. So I'm going to kick it up to 80 degrees and see how that goes. But it ends up, it's straightforward. Now I figured I'll probably be 2 hours getting this wiper done between wiring and everything, and looks like that's about right. Just like that, I switched. Yeah, I have to undo those 2 screws and then take that wheel off and move it. And I switched it to where it's on the 80 degree spot now instead of the 60. And now you can see the wiper over to the side there, and when you turn it on low, and then you can go to high, and then it parks. I like it. So it's all covered up. Now all I have left to do is put my cover on. I've wondered a little about heat in here, but it's a fairly big area, and also there's a little bit of an opening up around where all these wires go up into the flybridge, so I feel like hopefully it'll be fine. It won't get too hot. And yeah, so turn it on here, and on the outside I got the articulating arm, I guess you call it. And yeah, it'll give us a good clear window. We better stop running it on the dry window though. Well, yesterday was a scorching hot day. I could hardly stand to be out under the front deck or whatever with the heat beating down. Today is cloudy and drizzly and much more comfortable to work, but a bit of a pain when I have to go outside because it's wet. So I'm in here and I'm putting all the ceiling lights in, and I just juiced the circuit and tested them. They all work wonderfully. And so yeah, I'm using wire nuts on all these connections. I don't feel they're, I've done solder or crimp or whatever on more critical engine related and all that stuff, but on these I'm using wire nuts. But I'm also, just to make sure they don't vibrate or do anything, I'm putting tape around them just to keep them secure, and then I'll tuck them up through the hole into the ceiling and hopefully have many years of trouble-free use. All the lights are installed, and you can put it on single or double, and I've got the pair of them up in the salon area. This is obviously the area we'll sit in our evenings or whatever, and you want lots of light up here. And this light over here, which is directly above our future bed, I've put a switch in here, so if you turn that switch off, the light's off, so we can climb into bed and then shut the switch off. And yeah, it'll also, I guess, be confusing sometimes. You'll go to turn the light on and it won't work because the switch is off, but it will be nice to have the option of just reaching over our heads and flicking the light switch off when it's lights out time. The flooring I've decided to use, and it wasn't an easy decision, but I'm using composite vinyl click flooring, I guess you call it, plank look with the attached underlayment. And it's a little heavier than some flooring, but I considered a glue down vinyl flooring. But the issue you get with all of these is they don't recommend them in non-climate controlled situations, such as a boat that's going to be freezing in the winter, because I'm not going to heat this thing all winter. And none of them are really recommended for it because of expansion and contraction. If I did a glue down floor, It, again, isn't recommended anyway. I'd also have to do a lot more floor prep to get this floor to where you could glue something down and not print through screws and seams and every other thing. And I really, really hope I never need to. But I've left myself an access panel here that I could get in. That's where the fittings are for the fill and vent for the water tank if they ever for some reason needed to be dealt with. All the rest of the flooring in the entire boat is glued and screwed, but this spot here, this panel, is only screwed in place. It's tongue and groove, so it's got a good connection with the rest around it. But with click flooring, I can pull the panels up and get in there if I ever have to, which I really hope I don't. So what I'm going to do, what I've done to limit the issues with expansion and contraction, is I've made the area as small as possible. So one of the reasons I've stepped up the floor in the dinette, I did it a bit to make it so when you're sitting on the seats you can see out the window a little easier, because one of the boats my parents had, you had to like strain your neck to look out the window, you were sitting too low. So I've raised the floor up a couple inches. It also breaks up the floor, so this floor can expand and contract without being affected by this floor. So that makes it a little better. Same thing for the bathroom. For reasons for plumbing, I've got a raised floor under the head, but also it's bolted to the floor, or at least to the flange, and it would restrict movement of the flooring, but it's a separate piece. So the rest of this main floor can move independent of where the head is. And then when you move forward, you get up to the helm. Again, I raised the floor. Now the main reason, or one of the reasons I did it, was because over in that corner over there, the hull starts to curve up into the bow, and by raising the floor I was able to keep a flat floor through here. But also, and it was part of the decision, by raising the floor it makes a joint here, so where the seat pedestal is bolted down to the floor, it's only on that little piece of flooring and not attached to the rest of this. So all the rest of this floor through here, which compared to a house is pretty tiny, it's not very wide at all. The widest isn't even 4 feet, and I think it's about 18 feet long. It is floating freely with nothing fastened down to it, and I'll cord around all the way around it, and so it's got freedom to expand and contract as needed, and I'm hoping I have no issues. At this doorway here, I've undercut the jamb. And so what I've done here is I've made these first pieces here, and I have my other piece there. So now that I have these, I'm actually too close, I can take this piece and I can just slide it right in there. So it's under the door opening, under the door jamb, free to again expand and contract, and I won't have to deal with a little void or anything if it contracts. And now that that's slid in, I can reverse install that piece and then move forward from here, clicking in against that one. So I think I'm off to the races. Gonna get some flooring laid now. The most difficult part of the flooring is done. All the starting, getting to where you have a straight through run, all the jogs around bathroom, little cupboard jog there, in through the bathroom there, and around the dinette. So yeah, now I just have to fill in until I get to the other side and then fit up against the other side. So it's pretty straightforward running from here, and I'm happy with the color. I think it's a nice contrast with the walls. Lisa was out and saw it, and she's really happy too, so life is good. Well, there haven't been too many days on this boat build that have gone better than expected. Not that they've gone terribly bad, everything just takes longer than you think. And this flooring, I really didn't think I could get it all done today, especially because I never started till, I think it was almost 11 when I got into it, 10:30 at least. And yeah, it's gone along really nicely. Now I've done enough of this flooring before I don't really, I take a quick glance at the instructions, it's like, yep, looks the same as every other one, and away I go. But yeah, it's 5 to 5, and I had a couple of visitors during the day, that my granddaughter for one, that you take a few minutes out. But I've got the main floor done, the area for the dinette, And in the head, I've got the area where the head sits. And that was the last thing I did. I had to cut around the plumbing there. And then up here at the helm, I've got the area where my pedestal and bucket seat will go. So yes, it's all finished. We love it. Now I think my next job tomorrow will be to build this pull-out couch, the rest of what has to be done on that to make that work. And yeah, it's getting so close. I'm just itching to use it, but a little more work yet. Well, I'm on a real push to get 100 little jobs done. It's amazing all the things that need to be done here, and all of them aren't going to be done. But today's August 7th, and a week from tomorrow we plan to launch. And it won't be finished, but it's got to be closer than it is now. And so yeah, I've been just doing, all kinds of little details, quarter round down, and then you got to fill the nail holes and put a final coat of paint over the filler and all that. So I've got that spot there done because the head is going to go in this afternoon. Right now I'm working on my helm seat. It's sitting there on the floor and the pedestal. I'm just kind of sorting that out. And I've got the windlass runs, and the anchor is hanging on the bow roller. And down under the hatch here, I've got the bow thruster is installed and wired, and they tell you not to test it out of the water, so I haven't put the fuse in for it, and I haven't tested it because they say don't. But just picking away at all the little jobs, just, stair nose, quarter round. I'm going to put these fridge panels in probably this afternoon. Just painted this doorway for the head, and the door is out on a pair of sawhorses with 2 coats of paint on the one side, and then once it dries enough I have to flip it over and get 2 on the other side. Still need to get my backsplash here behind the stove and around this end, and just, no table yet. Maybe tomorrow I might make the table. Just picking away at all these jobs. So hopefully I have this afternoon and 4 more days. And yeah, much as I say a week from tomorrow, but we're going camping for 3 days next week. So I have 4 more days, then we're going camping. And then we're hoping to launch the morning after we get home. As the captain, I guess it's kind of important to have that installed. Looks pretty, well, it is comfy. I've sat in it. I've got it, it's far enough back that I can stand up in here to drive standing for docking or whatever when you want to see a little better. And it has clearance to spin around and not hit the wall. So in the evening I can face people over here on the couch or whatever, and it's pretty comfy. I can sit here and put my feet on the steps, my arm resting on the counter here, and it's a comfortable driving position too. So I'm happy with that. And there we have a second very important seat in the boat installed. It's all hooked up. Works like it's supposed to. That's all the demo you're going to get. And I've checked, it's been in for about half an hour. So far no leaks, so hopefully that means all is good. I just assembled the bed, which is, while the work was building the assembly for the front, I just brought in the piece of plywood, set it there, and then fastened it, screwed it down to the front piece. So yeah, when the bed is made, it's full double bed, 54 by 75. It infringes on getting through here, but you can still get up the stairs. It leaves you a little bit. And then I'll stop the camera here and slide it in and show you what it looks like when it's closed. Better yet, I will set the tripod up and you can see me close it. So it's pretty simple. Obviously with the cushions you'd have to deal with those, but the framework is just, the most challenging part will be to just slide it in straight I've put little strips along here with, I've got 1/2 inch clearance to the wall with the main plywood, and then 3/8 or slightly thicker strips along the edge, so it limits how much you can bang around. So I'm hoping we aren't going to be beating up on the wall. Pretty sure you can't turn it far enough to scrape it anyway. And yeah, so you just slide it in, there it's enclosed, and then we'll have our drawers here to put our batting and such in. Obviously you'll want to get whatever you want out of those before you pull the bed out, or you'll be out of luck. And yeah, the cushions will go on there and it'll be beautiful. Well, today was another step closer to launch. I got the helm seat installed. Lisa and I, but mostly Lisa, gave the entire boat a thorough scrub. It was quite dirty. It's been parked beside these cedars and since April, and just filthy. So it's got a thorough cleaning, and everything's ready up top here now for boating. And yep, just getting closer every day. One more job that got done, and the reason this one of the reasons this helm seat hasn't got installed till now was we made a sunbrella cover for it to keep the weather off it, and I didn't want it sitting up here until I could protect it. So it'll be out of the elements except when we use it. We're getting a name on our boat. We're essentially ready to launch kind of like tomorrow, except it's actually Friday because we're going camping for 3 days. But next, when we get back, we're going to be launching, so get the last details like name and license number, and it's so exciting. The outside of the boat is essentially finished. We have our name on it, our registration numbers, the rub rail. It's I don't know, I might be a little biased, but I am really happy with how it looks. And it's ready to head for the launch ramp and see if it actually floats. I'm confident it floats, hopefully a little low in the rear, generally level side to side. That's a little tougher because it's narrow and depending on loading. Loving that shiny anchor on the bow. Looks like a bit of a weapon. Sure wouldn't want to run into anyone with that, but looks like it should hold us well when we want to be on the hook. This boat is ready to hit the water. The interior of the boat is also essentially finished. The dinette table and cushions are in place. The one job that hasn't happened yet is the stairs. They are still the temporary treads. The finished treads will happen after we launch. The couch / bed cushions are in now. They look great. We're happy with our cupboards. Nice finish on them. Panels on the front of the fridge. Really happy with how that all looks. In the bathroom, we aren't quite finished yet. We still have to silicone the tub surround, and the drain isn't hooked up to go overboard. Still need a mirror above the sink, but the head and sink do work, so we have that to use. And then the rest of the galley is all finished and fully functional. All the appliances work. We're all set. Really happy with how that all looks. Cupboards are filled, dishes, plates, pots, and pans. Out on the back deck here, we have our dock lines. Our fenders are ready to hang on the side of the boat at the launch ramp. And up on the roof, we do still intend to put a black mesh around, but not yet. We have the VHF antenna tipped down so we can trailer. And yeah, the boat's looking good.